Hello everyone, my name is Graves, and it's that time of year again. It's November, which means it's World Season in Professional Smite. For the last 2 years, I've made it sort of a tradition to make a video previewing all the teams that'll be playing for the right to lift Thor's hammer, and this year shall be no different. However, unlike years past, there will now be 3 parts this year instead of 2. So without further ado, let's go into the first part of this 3-part series, where we'll be looking at the 4 console teams who will start off the first of 3 LAN events, the Smite Console Wars. Before I begin talking about the teams though, here's the format for the Console Wars. The top team from each region and platform of the SCL, 4 teams total, will play in a single elimination best of 3 bracket, where the top 2 teams will advance to the placement round. Now we'll talk about the teams, starting with the number 1 seed from North American Xbox, Hype Unit. Hype Unit Xbox. Roster: Moorwolves, Lair Slays, Baronic, Erupt Crimson, Inbound. Coach: Visions. Of all the teams in this section of the tournament, Hype Unit Xbox has the most LAN experience by far. All 5 players have won a console world championship at some point in their career, and while they had a slightly different roster at MSI, this team did beat up an EU SML team in Flashpoint Esports and put up a strong fight to make the main event in MSI, where they fell just short. The NA Xbox scene as a whole is looking for another strong performance from this team, and I don't think Hype Unit will let anyone down, as they're strong favorites to win this phase of the tournament. Team Rival Xbox. Roster: Predators, Rapio, Fly, Davy1108, Dinosaw. Coach: Flurry Q. Representing European Xbox's Team Rival, not to be confused with the PC team under the same organization, who completely dominated their region, being the only team of the 4 who did not drop a single set this phase. However, most of that can be boiled down to the region in general being viewed as relatively weak. Rival are a good team, but they're relatively unmatched in their region and on their platform, which hurts them for a tournament like this. They should beat their opposition in the first round and make top 2, but I wouldn't expect much else from there. Big Money Esports. Roster: Snatos, My Sweet Potato, Privative, Conviction, Bodilla. Coach: Eddie with an I. Representing NAPS4, we have Big Money Esports, who came out in front of what was a very competitive 2-horse race between themselves and MSI representatives Nemesis Esports, which came down to a direct showdown between the 2 teams in Week 11. Like Rival, who just so happens to be their first round opponent, there are some concerns about the strength of their region, but Big Money proved their worth when they needed to the most to get to where they are. However, none of these players have played at LAN before, while Rival are experienced vets in that regard. A win would be massive for the PS4 scene in general. Can they get it done? Ariel Arise. Roster: Kana, Sarpei, Ollie, Delano 2005, Kern McHale. Finally, the EU PS4 representative for this event is Ariel Arise, beating out MSI rep Outcool Gaming Blue in the process. While the team had a very slow start to Phase 2, where they lost their first 2 sets, they then proceeded to catch fire, winning every other set they played in the phase. However, this is sadly where the positives end. For one, Ariel Arise is a very daunting challenge ahead of them, having to beat Hype Unit for a chance to even advance to the placement stage. But the bigger problem is that they're not playing with their full starting roster, as both starting ADC Distortion 3039 and starting support Pulza are unable to attend the event, replaced by a player who to my knowledge has no SCL experience and the team's coach, respectively. Can this team overcome the odds and soar on to the next stage? Well, that's about going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you want to, or don't. I don't really care. Subscribe if you want to, and then you'll probably get recommended a bunch of old cringy videos from my channel. And leave a comment if there's anything you're excited about for World Season, any other things you think I missed, or if you're just excited in general. Well, anyways, thank you once again for watching, and this has been Graves, signing out.